Alrighty, live on both the YouTubes and the Twitches. Put the links in. What up, Tat? Put my links in and we will get going here. What up, Sid? Alrighty, that's all the links. See people chatting from the YouTube, so that means they're on there. So just check the show number, 325. Date is correct, 7/22/2022. Sometimes I have started the show without this information being correct. Do Maddie Bags, Steve, do banks send debit cards in the mail? Yes, they do. Yes, they can. That's how you normally get them. In fact, I don't think I've ever picked up one from a bank. I think they were all mailed to me. Sid agrees with me, so you know that I am right. Alrighty, so normally we start with a baby step song. Sometimes we start with a different song. And like today, you guys know what day it is? And I still did not listen to this again. I forgot to listen to this again to try to figure out how the bridge goes. So the bridge is gonna suck as usual, even more than the rest of the song. But let's give it a shot. The Cure, Friday in Love from 1992. Second time on the music intro? Yeah. I don't care if Monday's blue, Tuesday's gray, and Wednesday too. Thursday, I don't care about you, it's a Friday, I'm in love. Then he does something like that. Monday, you can fall apart. A Tuesday, Wednesday, break my heart. Thursday doesn't even start, it's a Friday, I'm in love. A Saturday, wait. Sunday always comes too late. But Friday, never hesitate. I don't care if Monday's black. A Tuesday, Wednesday, heart attack. A Thursday, never looking back. It's a Friday, I'm in love. True. Monday, you can hold your head. Tuesday, Wednesday, stay in bed. A Thursday, watch the walls instead. It's a Friday, I'm in love. A Saturday, wait. Sunday always comes too late. A Friday never hesitates. The bridge dressed up to the eyes. It's a wonderful surprise. See your shoes and your spirits rise. Throw off your frown, smile at the sound, and slick as a sheet, then round and round. Whoops. After night, trying to follow it on the karaoke thing. It's Friday, I'm in love. Oh! Something like that. Oh, Wednesday too. A Thursday, I don't care about you, it's a Friday, I'm in love. Monday, you can fall apart. A Tuesday, Wednesday break my heart. Thursday doesn't even start. It's Friday, I'm in love. And now it's a lot of outro music there. I keep thinking, like in some of these other places, that there's going to be like a musical interlude break, but it's pretty much all together, except for one little break, I think, right there. Yeah. I know the song, I'm not as familiar with it as some other songs. I am debt-free, Zigzag Power. Most of the other one. Zigzag special request. This one going out to Zigzag Power. It was next anyway. Listen for the drum taps. Like all plans, it starts with step 1. $1,000 emergency fund. Step 2, you pay off all your debt. Except mortgage, we don't do that yet. So pay off your consumer debt. Every one of those charges, from smallest to largest. Baby, step 3 is next. Full emergency fund of expenses. You stay gazelle intensive. His name is Dave Ramsey, and this is his plan. And I hope to meet him. I admire the man. I've messed up in my life, but these steps have made it right. That's why I don't, and why I host this after show. If you don't like the way it's working out, you should do the baby steps. And if you want to have financial peace, then you should do Dave's baby steps. Now step 4 is when you can take a breath. Go, let's gazelle and invest. Step 5 is to save for your kid. No student loans at all for no college. 6 is to pay off your home. Step 7, build your wealth and don't keep it all yourself and live like nobody else. And now you get to live large, and now you get to give large. His name is Dave Ramsey, and this is his plan. And I hope to meet him. I admire the man. I've messed up in my life, but these steps have made it right. That's why I don't, and why I host this YouTube show. If you don't like the way it's working out, you should do the baby steps. And if you want to have financial peace, you should do Dave's baby steps. Trumpets, take it how? Live from Columbus, OH. Whoop. It's the Ramsey Show Aftershow show, brought to you by D.H. Schumann. Thank you so much, D.H., for your support. Here we talk about the Ramsey Show YouTube chat, and the people in it, and all things financial, and whatever else I want to talk about. You can do that when you have your own channel and your own show. I'm your host, Coach Steve Money. I'm a certified Ramsey Solutions financial coach, and you can schedule a free, no strings attached, consultation assessment with me at calendly.com/Coach Steve Money. The link's at the top of the chat, video description below, right side of my YouTube banner. All those 3 places. You can email me about anything, anything, at CoachSteveMoney@gmail.com. You can reach me on Instagram, Coach Steve Money, no spaces. Add me on the ground. And if you'd like to donate to the channel, just like D.H. Human did, it's paypal.me/CoachSteveMoney. All right, let's catch up with the chat, shall we? Let's see, that goes there, that goes there. I have to do everything myself. Let's see. Oh my goodness, look at all the chatting. So it talks about her job. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, he was talking specifically about Sid and her husband, about being debt-free. That's my bad. Sid closed on a house. Did the baby step song. Sid was expecting it to take a while to find a house, but looked on May the 15th and closed on June 16th. So she found one, like first week, I think. So we got bumped back to baby step 3 since we didn't have more time to save before closing. Baby step 3 fund is full. That's what she's on now. Probably back off on OT a little bit. So she's definitely try to get the bags now. And she says she and her husband, Mr. Sid, are examples when Dave said sometimes the math doesn't make sense. Right, where like money seems to come from nowhere that you use to pay off your debt. I appreciate that. Zip, zag, power. I didn't write the music, Ed Sheeran. I have 2 kids, zigzag. Sid needs tech support. Alright, Zig has a question you could use advice for. Go ahead and put that in the chat and I will get to it. Today's Ramsey show hosts were a brand new show, Friday. Dave's not there on Friday, but that's okay because we don't get many replays anymore because we have so many co-hosts involved. So Dave can be off and we can still have a show on Friday. And in the big chair driving the show was Rachel Cruz, and we have a song for her. I'm just gonna move that out the way there. Okay, all right. Sorry about this. Doing that. If I have an engineer or something, I was just thinking about today. Perhaps my girlfriend could eventually do the technical work and also provide a little color commentary as well. We'll see about that. But anyway, this is a Rachel Cruz song, and Elton John always copyrights claims me for this. So here we go. And I guess that's why we all watch Rachel Cruz, for good advice that she learned in her youth. Talks about friends when she shows us how to be millionaires. Know yourself, know your money, love your life, not theirs. And I guess that's why we all watch Rachel Cruz, mentioning Winston, mentioning Target. And I guess that's why we all watch Rachel Cruz, mentioning Winston, mentioning Target. Guess that's why we all watch Rachel Cruz, ordering Teslas, mentioning Target. Guess that's why we all love Rachel Cruz. Alright. Boom, boom, boom. Laptop cord dependent. Bad battery. Let's see. Zigzag Bauer says, sister turns 15 on Monday, and for her birthday I've created an investment account for her, and my plan is to give her $150 to start it off and then match any contribution she puts in up until her 18th birthday. Okay. Question is this: how do I make investing in finances exciting for a 15-year-old kid? Even at 15, they may be excited because that's going to be her money. Zig says their parents aren't very financial literate, so I learned everything on my own. All right, so she's probably not seeing that good of behavior at home from your parents. So I mean, all you can do is be a good example and show her how being financial literate, being intentional about what you're doing has presented you. And so, how do you present the gift to her in a good way? Say it's for college, so you might want to put it in an ESA or 529 instead. You could do that. But generally, the advice for kids is just pile up cash because they'll need to buy a car. And of course, if going to college, she may not. But if going to college, she'll need books and, of course, the tuition and so forth. So there's no investing for kids other than if you're doing an ESA or 529, which that would go right to the college. So, you live in Denmark, college is free. Oh, whoa, okay. All right. Yeah, so I guess you could do that. I mean, theoretically, it may not be up, but I think since it's down now, and of course you're buying it on 20% sale, if you bought right now, any particular funds, that it probably would be up, even if she needed to cash it out. Then, if she's working, she can have a Roth. Oh no, you're in Denmark. I'm sorry. But there may be a similar type to a Roth there in Denmark. Maybe there could be, like where it's where the growth is tax free, something like that. There may be a stipulation where you can't take it out until retirement without fees and taxes and so forth. So yeah, so if you're doing a general brokerage, you wouldn't have the penalties for taking it out, but you would have the taxes on it. So yeah, it just depends. Yeah, it just depends on what you think she would use it for. And yeah, I mean, you could tell her all about it. You could teach her about it. You could teach her what you know about the investing, and even have her watch you create the account, etc., etc. And so yeah, so you could teach her about all that, since your parents can't. Alrighty, so where were we? Okay, Rachel didn't host alone. She had a co-host, and he is friend of the after show. He's actually been in the after show chat once on the day that he talked to a lady whose boyfriend was abusing her, and he had her kid, and the lady called and basically was just saying that wasn't her immediate problem, but her question was, should she sell her house because the boyfriend would not leave the house, and so forth. And Dr. Deloney was not hosting the show that day, but he was just happened to be walking by when they took that call, so he actually got on the phone with her and stayed on the phone with her until the police got there, and she got the police and family around her, and so that was one of the few calls where we get additional information on, because the next day Dave explained what happened about that. But since John was on the phone with her, he and the mod were there a little bit later than normal, and so they both came in the chat. The mod has been in near twice, and Dr. D that one time, so I call him a friend of the after show. He's also the author of, it's called Own Your Past, Change Your Future. Because you can't change your past. So all you can do is change the present and the future. Oh, we call him Dr. D, as you can see. But his parents named him John Deloney. Ooh, he's got 2 PhDs, 2 more than me. Plus he's got some other suits. John Deloney, never gonna stop. Gives advice, such a brilliant mind, he always sorts it out. Has the clout of the healing kind. John, 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 woo! John Deloney. Ooh, he takes a gun then twirls his pen, and he says the day again. John Deloney, ooh, this dude has got some range. Season of change is what you're going there, says John Deloney. He's never gonna stop. Gives advice, such a brilliant mind, he always sorts it out. Has the cleft of the healing kind. John, 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 woo! John Deloney. John Deloney. Good song for a drink break. Brilliant mind, anxiety redefined, and put in a quick read by John Deloney. Wealth and illness has to face, they didn't place, but they probably still had fun with John Deloney. He's never gonna stop, gives advice, such a brilliant mind, he always sorts it out. Has the clout of the healing kind. John, 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 woo! John Deloney. John Deloney. John Deloney. John Deloney. John Deloney. Alrighty. Market report. After some good days, finally had another bad day. Let's see what we got. NASDAQ the most down, negative 1.87, followed by the Russell Small Cap Index, 1.62 to the negative 0.93 for the S&P 500, and Dow Jones Industrial Average, which is the total market index, 0.43% to the negative. So that's not good. Let's see what the explanation is. Always look for the explanation. Wall Street closes lower as ad tech social media stocks drop. And this basically is like a ripple effect just because Snap, which owns Snapchat, and I think maybe one other app that had slowing growth. And so the shares of that plunge, and also all the other ones apparently. Communication services stocks lead sectoral declines, and Mix raises revenue forecast on resilient card spending. Okay, so they probably had a good earnings report. Index is down. Boom, boom, boom. Disappointing earnings from Snap. So it's just that one thing. I mean, that one thing. Affecting everything, probably unnecessarily, but you know, Wall Street gonna do Wall Street things. You know what I'm saying? Shares and so ad tech firms dropped, offsetting gains from card issuer American Express following an upbeat forecast. Right. Still posted weekly gains despite Friday's losses, with the tech-heavy NASDAQ closing out the week 3.3% higher. S&P 500 advanced 2.4%, and this is why the mutual funds that aren't value-based, which lose less money when the market's down, but the market is mostly up. So that's why, and though the value funds don't make as much when the market's up. So generally, if you average them together, you generally make more money if you do not have those averages out. And I told Troy Story to look at his allocation, and he changed it. And so now he's doing similar to me. He used to be the poster boy for the down market, as he would win fantasy mutual funds because he would be the least down, but he'd never be the most up on an up day. And so, and our pal Milka is in that situation now. And so once she gets back to baby step 4, she will be, or up to baby step 4, she will be looking at her allocation as well. Let's see, after hours, let's reload. Terminator 2 video game. So we got still further downage. NASDAQ additional 1.67% down. And this is just after hours trading today. There'll be before hours trading on Monday morning. And then, you know, by that time, anything could happen. So we don't know if it'll continue to go down or not. Let's see. We have earnings calendar coming up on the 26th, which is, that would be a Tuesday. And that's Alphabet, which owns Google and Microsoft, on Tuesday. On Wednesday, Meta, the artist formerly known as Facebook. Apple and Amazon on the Thursday. And August 2nd, Advanced Micro Devices, otherwise known as AMD. The most followed single stocks on Google today, actually Tesla up 0.2%. The most down was the previously aforementioned Meta, which is the artist formerly known as Facebook, 7.59% down. And Google owner Alphabet down 5.63%. Other than Tesla being up, the least down was Apple at a negative 0.81%. Check the rest of the planet. We got everything up in Europe, mostly up in Asia. See what the currencies did. So with market down, we'll see if the dollar did well today. Let's see. Dollar did beat the euro. It normally has been, like more often than not, has been losing out to the euro lately. But US dollar is down to the Japanese yen. It's down to the British pound, love. It's up though against the Canadian dollar, sorry. But the Australian dollarmite is up against the US dollar, so there will be shrimp on the barbie tonight. Crypto all down. And there we go. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so we did the after hours. All right, so we got some stories today, otherwise known as articles. The word article is banned in the Ramsey Show chat, so one cannot type that. So that's why I call these stories. These companies, can I pause that? I cannot. These companies have paused hiring or laid off employees. We talked about that. Impacted industries include tech, real estate, banking, and cryptocurrency. There's a nice graph for AJ. He likes the graphs that the money guy does on his show. Boom, 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 boom. Fox Business provides a roundup of the companies that have either laid employees off or halted or slowed hiring. Now that would be Snap. They said it would substantially slow its rate of hiring to effectively pause its headcount growth after reporting its weakest ever quarterly sales growth as a public company. So they're going to simmer down now. And yeah, you don't want to do that, just like all the .com guys did way back when that happened. And they like hired all kinds of people and got all kinds of big office buildings, and their website never took off. So that did not work out well. So we also have Alphabet, which owns Google, so they're slowing employees as well. Microsoft, Apple, Intel, Meta Platforms Inc., artist formerly known as Facebook, and the Twitter, which I guess they're going to court with Elon Musk. Paused most hiring in May ahead of the closing of Elon Musk's $44 billion acquisition of the social media giant. Boom, 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 boom. Vimeo did so as well. Slashed its workforce by 6%. Spotify, Netflix, Peloton let go of another 300 people. Ford, electronic vehicle maker Rivian confirmed last week that it would be taking some major cost-cutting measures. Be as thoughtful as possible in considering any workforce reductions. Okay. Amazon, Tesla, Uber and Lyft, Redfin Corp, who does real estate, cut 8% of its workforce in June. Compass, what do they do? Real estate broker Compass. Reportedly said it would cut 450 jobs due to the clear signals of slowing economic growth, but noted that agents would not be impacted. All right, yeah, I guess because houses still selling. 7 and 1 Holdings. That's also, what is that? Oh, 7-Eleven. Oh, okay. Cut approximately 880 jobs in its Irving, Texas, and Enon, Ohio support centers. All right, did not know they had a support center in Enon, Ohio. The move comes just over a year after the company acquired competitor Speedway for $21 billion. Did not know they bought Speedway either. Victoria's Secret, GameStop, not a shocker. Laid off 160 management executives. That's Victoria's Secret from its home office in Ohio. Oh, that's right. I forgot this was here. Like Limited and a bunch of those are here in the OH. GameStop fired Chief Financial Officer Mike Recupero, and I hope he's recuperating and found another job, or reportedly laid off an undisclosed number of employees. Cryptocurrency, Coinbase, JP Morgan Chase, Goldman Sachs even. So yeah, people not doing the hiring, not doing a lot of it. I got this one from the New York Post. Subway is offering free sandwiches for life, which is probably one per week maybe, for fans who get a foot-long tattoo. So I'm assuming it's of the sandwich, tattoo of the Sammy. Subway will give away free sandwiches, which are subs, for life to anybody who agrees to get a foot-long tattoo of a logo of its new Subway series promotion. Oh, okay. Fans of the sandwich chain are invited to a block party in Las Vegas on Wednesday, where 9 people will be eligible to have DJ Tambi, two-time winner of the Ink Master reality television series, or someone from his team draw a tattoo of the Subway series logo. All right, well, they're going to show us what that logo looks like. 2-inch by 2-inch tattoo on wrist, bicep, or foot, or a 3.3 by 3-inch on their shoulder blade, forearm, or calf. There it is right there. That Subway Series logo. Subway Series, originally that name came from when the New York Mets and New York Yankees played each other in the maybe even before that, when they played each other in the regular season, although I don't know that they played each other. I think they're in different whatever that's called. Conferences, not conferences. Different. I don't know what that's called in baseball. Anyway, so you'd have to get that tattoo, and you get $50,000 worth of gift cards every year. A 372 gift card for the month, and 4380. Oh, the others. Oh, the foot long tattoo. Okay, it gets the most. So free sandwiches for a year. For that. All right. Gotta be 21 of. Tattoos made on first come, first serve, and walk-in only basis, just like the sandwiches. Actually, you can order online the sandwiches. I know somebody that works at the Subway. Alrighty. This from CNBC. Apple's new car software could be a Trojan horse into the automotive industry. We talked about the... Oh, who was it? BMW? I can't remember. I think it was BMW that started adding DLC, basically, or subscription services to its cars, so that it had the ability to, like, seat warmers or stuff like that, but they don't work until you pay for it, pay a subscription service for it, and then it turns it on. How about that? Excuse me. I don't know. I'd be mad if I bought a car and it had that built in and nobody told me about it. Apple announced the next generation of its car software, CarPlay. In June with new software, Apple is diving deeper into its automotive ambitions, opening up the possibility to enter into a multi-billion-dollar segment of the auto industry that's growing quickly. The ability to sell additional services and features to car owners and after-hours trading. That's a negative 0.09%, so not that low, but still negative. This is from Motherboard segment on Vice.com. There's a recession coming. The rich rush to offload luxury properties. The rich are now paying attention to prices and their income. Lament high-end agents in hotspots like Miami and San Francisco. It's pretty sudden, all of a sudden, one said. After a decade of feeling invisible, the tech industry is suddenly facing something new: financial insecurity. Valuations are down, layoffs are up, startup funding no longer feels limitless, and an air of fear has started to permeate the sector. Sorry, there we go, easier to read. Boom, 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 boom. Started to permeate the sector as bosses and workers alike adjust to a harsher version of reality. Permeate means to go all over, to cover it, like be also inside. Phrasing. In cities like San Francisco, New York, and Miami, luxury real estate agents are starting to notice the effects of the tech downturn on their business. They tell Motherboard as wealthy tech clients grapple with the fact that raises, bonuses, and job offers no longer seem as inevitable as they did a few months ago. So we got that. Related story from CNBC.com. San Francisco businesses struggle to hang on as tech workers stay home. The office vacancy rate in San Francisco rose to 24.2% in the second quarter from 23.8% in the prior period, according to CBRE research. Big tech employees like Salesforce and Google are staying flexible when it comes to bringing people back from work from home. So small businesses that count on tech workers are struggling to stay afloat if they haven't already closed the doors. And so they're talking about food places. Because if people aren't downtown at the buildings, if they're working from home, they're not going to be going downtown to buy food from those businesses. So they have to be in those businesses for those to work. So that's your trickle down economics happening. Also from CNBC, Coinbase blasts SEC over insider trading case, says none of the tokens it lists are securities. And so, sorry about that. The SEC is going to be involved. The kids were all excited about the crypto and such, thinking, oh, it's not regulated. Oh, it's not traceable. And guess what? They're coming for you. That already happened in Europe, and they are coming for you guys because they are going to get that tax money. You can bet your bottom dollar on that. The next Coinbase product manager was charged Thursday along with two other individuals in a first-of-its-kind crypto insider trading case. In a separate complaint Thursday, the SEC said that 9 of the 25 tokens allegedly traded in the scheme were securities. All right, but they're saying no. Coinbase is saying they're not. Coinbase's chief legal officer, Paul Grewal, denied the claims Thursday in a blog post titled, "Coinbase does not list securities." End of story. Let's see. Coinbase put back on claims. Let's see. Along with wire fraud in connection with an alleged insider trading scheme involving cryptocurrencies. Case is the first of its kind. So This is how you do it. You set legal precedent, etc., 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 etc. So maybe it's not so great anymore, kids. Maybe it's not so great. Alrighty. We go to reddit.com/r/Dave Ramsey. This and sort by new. This subreddit is maintained not by Ramsey Solutions, but by fans. The only group that I know of that's managed by Ramsey Solutions is on Facebook, the Ramsey Baby Steps Community. Make sure you use those words, because otherwise it might not be run by Ramsey Solutions, but it's hard to tell them apart from the stuff that they allow on there. They still allow people to dissent, etc., etc. They might be a little bit more strict on like bad language and such like that, or somebody keeps on and on and on about credit cards, but I don't know. When I saw it, they pretty much were letting all that. Let's see. Financial Peace University, worth it. Has anyone done this course? I did not do it. I did the steps. It depends on who you are. I was able to do the steps without it, and if I had it, I would have known more things, obviously, when I did it. But my ex-wife and I did pay $72,000 off in 3 years. And we did that just with, got the book from the library, Total Money Makeover, and listened to Dave on the radio, and that was it. But it does give a lot of extra information, in addition to, going way more into depth about the baby steps and Dave's plan. It also has sections on marketing, insurance, and a few other things. Like it goes more into investing, etc. So that's from Bike Co Guy. So especially, I think it would be especially worth it if you were less of a do things by yourself person, and like it actually would help you to be in a room with other people doing the same plan, if that would help you, the camaraderie, etc. Because of course now most of them, I believe, are again being done like at places like libraries, churches, etc., where you can actually go, unlike during the pandy when most of them were online. And I believe all of them were online for a while. And I taught it twice. I led it twice. The videos and such teach it. But I led it twice during the early days of the pandy, I believe is when it was. And that was before I started this channel, I think, even. Alrighty, let's see. Maple Granola paid and canceled credit card today. Excellent. Let's see this story. Today was the day I threw the remaining $800 on my credit card to pay it off. Okay. Then I called up the bank and had my account closed. As Dave recommends, I requested written confirmation that the account had been closed. Excellent. They're sending it to me in the mail. I feel so much lighter now, and I am never going back to credit cards, like ever. Never, ever, ever using credit cards together. Those shadow days are over. I was really impressed how fast they closed the account. Total 5 minutes on the phone. Normally, they try to get you to stay. They'll say they'll up your limit. They'll try to get you to stay with it. So, I guess maybe it depends on how adamant you are at the beginning. So let's see. Still on baby step 2, but the snowball is building more and more momentum. Right. Baby step 0 is that you decide to bring no new debt into the equation. So you don't really need the cards. So you can cut those up immediately. Remove credit cards from Amazon so that you don't use those. You can still buy stuff from Amazon if you have to. By using a debit card. All right, so 40K to go. So good job on that. Boom, boom, boom. Trying out a modified baby step 1. All right, so this is Beatles WMC01, a frequent was the word I was looking for, a frequent poster on the Dave Ramsey subreddit here and Baby Step 1 Flare. And so a lot of people want to do this. Okay, Dave Ramsey has millions and millions and millions of documented success stories following his plan as written, but everybody thinks they're special, they think they're smarter, they think they can figure out something better, and so a modified Baby Step 1. So I mean, you know, nobody, you don't have any track record. This modified thing doesn't have any track record. Most of the other money advice people don't have any documented track record of people following their advice. So it seems like a pretty easy decision to me, but it's everybody's money. You can do whatever you want with your own money. Okay, hey everyone, I'd gotten up to 8:15 and then relapsed and spent it on my certain addiction. Recently, I thought of a way to do things that work better for me. As of now, I'm putting away at least 20% from every check, probably more most of the time, and putting the rest towards the debt snowball. You're not supposed to do that till you get $1,000. You're supposed to have that $1,000. Most people are the opposite of this. Most people think that $1,000 isn't enough. But he's doing less than $1,000 and starting to pay off debt. Baby step 1 is to save up the $1,000 first, and then baby step 2 is where you start paying off debt after you have that $1,000. Boom, 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 boom. 20% from every check, probably more most of the time. Putting the rest towards debt snowball. Sometimes going a little out of order on the snowball, but not unreasonably. Well, that's fine. You're doing Beatles, WMC01's plan, not Dave Ramsey's plan, and that's fine. It's your money. You can do what you want to. Living expenses are very minimal, so I have less of a risk of emergency. That doesn't mean the steps change. I don't recommend this to anyone. Paying, for example, I don't recommend it to anyone at all. Not to just, for example, utilities and a normal rent. So his is only $100, so great. Well, I mean, sometimes for like a college student or something like that, Dave says a $500 emergency fund is fine. So I was not aware of all this when I started reading it. So I mean, that's not that big of a deal then. Let's see. Sometimes they can do things around the property and not even have to pay it. Oh, because it works it off. All right. I may switch back. I'll have to see. Yeah, if you have a $1,000 emergency, you'll switch back, won't you, Bubba? Assuming it's a man, baby. But one main reason I'm doing it differently, phrasing, is because of my specific habits. Even just doing 20%, I'll have the 1K in less than 5 months. See, that's not how it works. It's supposed to be you have the 5K ASAP right now, so that if you do have an emergency, you don't end up putting that back on a credit card. All right, even if my income never goes down. Okay, I paid off. You mean never goes up? Probably meant never goes up. Paid off my whole $250 secured credit card after I got paid yesterday. Great. I mean, that having such a low secured credit card like that is crazy. Because why wouldn't you just save that money? Do you really need it a week before you get paid? Do you need something a week before you get paid? So, I mean, and some people may be doing that to build credit, which we also don't recommend. You don't need to have a good credit score. All right, this from Gary O. Confidence. What time is it? Yeah, got a little bit more time. Gary O. Confidence. What would Dave do paying off rental condo early? All right. Recently took out a mortgage on a $215,000 condo in DC with little to no money down. Dave recommends 10% down for a first-time home buyer. Of course, you will be paying PMI, that's private mortgage insurance, and that does not insure you. That insures the lender if you don't pay the mortgage payment. Rent it out to a tenant. for just about break even. Monthly payments are about $1,500. I'll be coming into some lump sum money over the next few years. Let's ballpark $120,000 over the next 3, $40K per. Set aside $5K of that for CC debt. But the idea of taking the rest of that money along with some of my income, put into the mortgage is just not exciting. You're not supposed to buy a rental condo. You're not supposed to take out the mortgage on the rental condo. How you get rental condos? You pay for them in cash. Dave will not yell at you if you take out a mortgage, but you do have to be out of debt and have your full emergency fund first. So Gary Oak confidence. I'm confident that he's doing his own plan and not Dave's. So again, the what would Dave do flair? Why even pick that if you're not following his advice? I don't get it. Let's see if he added anything that's just not exciting. Oh, he did. Dave put me onto this idea. If I stay diligent, I can. No, he didn't. This is not any of his advice. Yeah. Beep, beep, beep. Where's the... Oh, I gotta put it up here. What you're doing is not any of his advice. Follow the baby style. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, so that may be. And we did this one yesterday. Just feel more sensible buying a used car. And that's a good way to feel. Unless you are a millionaire, and then you can take that depreciation when it goes down, 15% or whatever it does as soon as you drive it off the lot. Alrighty, upcoming streams. So probably another tech support with Coach D Money sometime this weekend. Maybe 1 or 2 video gaming live streams. I think that cat game on the PlayStation or PlayStation 4 is how I'll play it. Because if I upgrade my Plus membership to the PlayStation Plus membership to the next level, I get a bunch of games, including that one, Ghost of Tsushima or something like that. That is called, and Death Stranding I want to try as well. Bunch of other games on there as well, and so that's like only I have that goes through December, and I can upgrade it for something like $15 from now until December. So we'll see about that. Yeah, and of course, Curse of Oak Island on hiatus until November. If they do some kind of, update show during the summer, I'll certainly recap that as well. Now I'll do my plugs. Plugs at the top of the chat and in the video description below, and the right side of my YouTube banner. Once again, I'm Steven Simpson. See, it says right there, because I signed up with my full name and it put it out on here. Normally I'm too hip for the end, but my girlfriend still calls me Steven, which is fine. And I'm also known as Coach D Money, and I am a Ramsey Solutions certified financial coach. Click on financial coaching. It will show you this calendar, and you can change the month on it if you want. And you can schedule that consultation for any time. We do that over video conferencing, probably Google Meet most times, because you just need a browser for that. You don't need to install any other software. And so you just pick the date and the time, and Calendly will let me know when you would like that appointment, and we will get that done. I'll email you back and let you know what information I need in order to accurately financially assess you. PayPal is for donations, and that's paypal.me/CoachDMoney, and you can sponsor this show as well as the entire channel, just like D.H. Schumann did. Thank you so much, D.H., for the support. Instagram is Coach Steve Money, no spaces. And if you'd like to ask me any questions, get in touch with me, you can do that via... What is that via? my email address, CoachSteveMoney@gmail.com, which is right there. And you can ask me about the after show. You can ask me about Oak Island. You can ask me about the financial stuff, anything about Ramsey stuff, video gaming. I love video games, computer stuff. I've been a PC tech for 25 plus years. Or the songs, if you want to sing the Baby Steps song or any of these other songs, the Rachel Cruz song, the John Deloney song, which I did today. Did both of those, did all three of these today. If you would like to sing any or all of those, you can record them. And I can just play the recording on the after show, or you can do it live on the after show. We have that technology. All right, everybody have a wonderful weekend. And of course, make smart financial decisions every day.